welcome back. My phone died, so I didn't plug it in for some reason. Oh, no big deal though. Not a big deal. Woo! Well. Alright. You're ready. Fight time. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we at? Ladies and gentlemen, where are we at? People of all places, all races. Where are we at? Let's see. Maybe. Okay. I love the way this is looking right now. Who wouldn't? If you don't like the way this looks, well then you can just have a great old day. Just go have a good old day. I like this. What's your criticism on this? You don't appreciate my work? You don't like it? It's an hour, I think, of work. What are you gonna do about it? An hour. That took me a whole hour. That's insane. Why did it take me a whole hour? Okay. It's because I talk, and then I don't do. The car. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this, people? Alright. Let's do something. We're gonna go with ooh. How do you want to do this, people? How do we want to do this? I know I'm the one doing it. I'm the one who's supposed to be making the art. I'm the one streaming. I'm the one who went live again. Where are we at now? Okay. Well, background first, and we can paint over it. Let's get some colors. Let's just get crazy then. Yeah, let's go crazy. I think that's a good idea. Let's see. Oh shit. Yellow exploded. I'm surprised none got on here. Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome. If you're just stopping by, just seeing this random human on a YouTube live. Maybe look at my channel. Maybe look at my YouTube shorts. If you've never seen me before, maybe just check it out. If you want. You don't have to. It's up to you, but you know. I appreciate it, you know. Every single person. Every single person. Anything better than 0. Alright, we're getting back to the banana yellow color with this white and yellow mixture. We'll start off with this banana yellow color again, as we always do. Banana yellow. Or taffy, you know, banana taffy yellow. Alright. What are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? Oh, Lord. What are we doing? This is what we're doing? Is this really what we're doing? This isn't what we're doing. That don't make no sense. Everybody left. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch. Nobody's entertained. How do we entertain? And how did this happen? I got paint all over me. Life ain't fair. Life ain't fair, people. Life ain't fair. Okay. Well, that's a damn shame. I've got paint all over my hand. Handling this shit. No, I didn't do that. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, I do understand. That must have been it. Okay. Never mind, people. Don't worry about it. Alright, we're back to it. How's it going at 67? Harry 123. How's it going, people? Amazing names you got there. Got me saying some fucking shit over here. You got me saying some meme shit. Ah. Alright. What am I painting? Why is this the most common question? Are you real? Are you people real? Are you real? Are you a bot? I'm so confused. Is this I'm so confused. What are you painting? Man, I don't know what I'm painting. I have no idea. Is that the most... Man, I don't understand. I don't know what I'm painting. I don't know if artists know exactly what they're painting before they paint it, I guess. Depends on the artist. Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing, like, commercial art, then maybe you know exactly what you're doing. But if you're just making art in a general sense, you don't know exactly what you're doing usually, but you have an idea. I don't know what I'm making, honestly. It's a work in progress. If you look at some of my shorts, maybe you see some of the stuff I do on, like, I don't know. I do a lot of different things. So, whatever the piece turns out to be, is what it turns out to be. Gorgeous. Look at that. That's amazing. Can I sub to you? Are you asking my permission? Are you asking for permission to subscribe? Is that a permission thing? Do you want my permission? Yes. You can subscribe if you want. This is I would appreciate that. That is a very lovely gesture. It's all up to you, though. If you don't enjoy anything that I do, or you look at my channel and there's nothing you enjoy, or rather not, or my personality, if there's anything about me that you don't enjoy, or if there is something you do enjoy, then maybe you subscribe. But if there isn't, then subscribing would be pointless. I don't subscribe to people unless necessarily I see a value or interest or purpose. All of my subscribers I have now, I didn't beg for them. Or I didn't influence them to subscribe necessarily. I let them subscribe on their own will. I might here and there put a chat or say subscribe if you want, but I might have the hashtag in the description saying subscribe, just so you're aware. But it's not me. I'm not trying to push it like most people do, I guess. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. You don't have to watch a stream if you don't want to. You don't have to be here if you don't want to. There's many other things going on. You watch, like, I don't know, I Show Speed or something. It's like a lot of different things going on right now. Whoa. Okay. Let's think about this now. Let's think about this. Do we gotta think about it, or do we just do? What's my name? Oh, I appreciate it if you actually did. What? I don't know. I don't want. I'm not just gonna. If people figure out my name, they figure out my name. I don't think I'm just gonna throw out my name on my YouTube. I think I might have already done that. But, I mean, figure out my name somehow, maybe. Yeah, you can definitely find my name. A lot of people just call me Time, basically, because that's what my YouTube name is. Some people say the whole thing. I don't know. I've had it for over half my life now. It's kind of crazy to think. I've been doing YouTube since I was like 10, 11, 21 now. So I'm going on 22 almost next month. So yeah, what is this shit? Let's see, did you actually subscribe? You didn't subscribe? You bullshit, just know it. You might have subscribed earlier then. So that one, you're cool. I don't care about subscribers. I mean, I care about the ones that do, like, I don't care if you subscribe or not, basically is what I'm saying. I mean, I do, like, I appreciate it, but I'm not, like, I don't care if you don't. Well, well, well. What in the world is this shit that's playing? Turn it up. Alright, we're gonna turn it up a little bit. And it's gonna end. Yep. That's how it always works. Now we're gonna get some shit music, watch. This is gonna be funny. This is how it always happens. It happens this way! Every single time! Every time! I'm not fucking saying this just because it literally is just how it works. Alright, this one's not that bad. Usually it's some shit music. It's just a flute. Or whatever the fuck this is. I'm getting Indian vibes. Alright, I think the plan now is just to try to fill it, basically almost fill it in with dots. Just gonna keep going with dots. Try to fill it in. It's incredible. Welcome to the stream if you're just stopping by. If you're new here, I appreciate you. Oh, I should do, I need to put the poll in actually, hold up. So, let's see. When you get, let's say, get 10, okay. So there's the point system, I have the bot on. What I'm gonna do, let's say, alright. I give some, okay. I'll give people points. Get, okay. Type. Shake this in the top. And let's see. The lighting on that. Here, let me show you this lighting maybe. Will that pop it out slightly? The blues are just blending too much in the background. You can't really. That's good right there. That looks okay. Okay. Now type points in chat, people. Type that in chat. And after you get about, let's say, 10,000 points, which is about 24 hours total watch time. However, I do give people points depending on how much they communicate in chat, and I remember I'm not. If I see you have like X amount of watch time compared to other people, I do give you extra points. Someone's almost at 500 right now, so 10,000. We'll do 10,000. Type this image here. Get. Okay, we're gonna do it, and then 10K ink, which is the points that we're using, your loyalty. Get 10K and get a win or redeem, right? We got redeem. Type into chat, get 10K and redeem for a art piece or a 20 by I'll just do $25 giveaway because it'll be dependent on whatever they want. I can send it through whatever you type. Points in chat, get 10K ink and redeem for art piece. Yeah, we'll say that because it'll make more sense. Venmo, Cash App, etc. Alright, almost done with this. What fine, amazing, I don't know, so get off my screen, there we go, get off my screen, try what? Yes, okay. There we go, get off my screen. That sounds kind of confusing. That's kind of confusing, but I think I need to update that real quick. I don't know. We're not gonna worry about it. Maybe spent like 4 or 5 minutes doing this. Oh, that worked. Okay. All right. Let's get to moving again. Turn it up slightly. Slightly. I'm just gonna continue real quick with this. Finish off with this color. I might or darken it up. Maybe add a little bit of red. Make it orange-ish. Yeah, I think we're ready for some orange type action. Just gonna mix a little bit of red into here. And I'm gonna need more yellow. Tiny bit more red to compensate. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing. Just give me a quick second. We're almost there. We're almost there. Alright, we got the color. We got the color. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We got the color. Okay. Time to apply. Use a slightly different brush. Let me see what the type points in chat. Did 10K ink and redeem for an art piece, or we got another cent in Venmo. Yeah, the capitalization in the share probably all fucked up. I don't give a. I don't care. You can kind of understand the where we're going. You get points automatically by talking in chat. I think you have to talk in chat first for the first like once in order for it to recognize you. I don't know. I think that's how it's been working, but so you don't start earning points until you talk once in chat. I don't know. Well, we'll learn as it goes. I forget. I'm trying to be more like thick with this piece, with the paint. Also, it kind of makes it more entertaining as I'm moving faster with thicker. You're able to see it be placed down easier. It's more satisfying overall. Just being thicker kind of sounds weird. Hey, at least I'm not doing no ASMR shit. Kinda is at the same time. It's commentary, it's not ASMR. What are we doing? What are we saying? We're at the vibe center. You're entering the vibe center when you come through here. What you talking about? No hate around here. Somebody type in chat. Somebody. There's like 7 people here. Come on. Someone say something. Just type hi or like, you gotta. Come on, man. Come on. We gotta have somebody. Maybe I should be like add that comment to the top. No, I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna worry about it. Stuff we can worry about off stream. Think about off stream if I have time, which I have very limited time. I'm doing too many things. 2 jobs, possibly 3 jobs if I want to work this 3rd job, while a full-time college student studying 2 degrees. All independent. Everything I have, I had to buy with my own money, working for it. And while working on 2 degrees, coming from low income, with hard, like, yeah. My circumstances were very bad growing up. Very, very bad. However, I've overcame a lot. Slowly but surely, I'm also growing mentally, which is a very hard thing to do. Very hard thing to do with the things that I've had to experience. But yeah, my schedule is a busy thing. However, stuff is starting to get a little better. so I can't be as pessimistic as I once was, and I don't want to be pessimistic. I was very pessimistic growing up, very pessimistic around people, pessimistic around communication, and it stems from my environment, the environment I was growing up in, the people I was around. Very negative, very tainted. Stay away from those types of people. Even if it's family. I stay away from many family members. Many family members. I don't even talk to like anyone in my family other than my 2 little brothers and my grandma. And she can be negative at times, but she's learned to be not so negative around me because I don't talk to people unless they're, I started ignoring people, and then when negative people are into your life when you're a kid, they can force it onto you by like, oh, listen to me, They can force negative energy into you as a kid by just like simple things as that. Listen to your parents or something, like listen to me, I'm speaking to you. When they're being negative, they're not helping you. They're not there to actually guide you or help you. They're there for them to make their image look better in public or etc. They're not there to help the child, they're there to make the public image of themselves look better. There's a lot of people like that in this world. Public image is nothing when if you truly care, you don't care about what other people think about you in the sense of your actions. So why would you talk about what you're doing? Why don't you just do it? And then people actually go out and do shit that's it's fucked up. And it all stems from you. The environment you grow up in it does a lot to you, but you can do way more. It might have a mental disorder though too. If you have a mental disorder combined with a bad environment, I can see where I've witnessed it many times in my life. Many people in my family, many people, peers, friends that I had. It's just what it is. You can't help. You can help them by guiding them, but if you can't force people to change, so why? You can't care so much about what other people think or talk about necessarily to the point where you cause violence too. You can't. Violence is only one thing. Violence is only necessary when you're physically being. I would say so. Violence is only necessary when violence is being like targeted against you. So the perpetrator, so whoever has the evil's a spreading thing, or evil, or whatever you want to call it, whatever the bad energy that people have, it spreads for many reasons, but people hold bad energy in from their youth. Have no way of expressing it. People have no way of expressing it, and then they hold it in, and their only way they feel of expressing it is by doing things that are insane to common people. I don't think it's insane what they do. I just think that they're being led by ignorance, and they're being led by the wrong people in this world. There's a lot of people that are very intelligent and just don't have the ability to communicate properly due to their circumstances that they were born in, the people they grew up with, that told them so many different things that were blatant lies or fallacies about themselves, which is not true. Anything that somebody tells you is not true, okay? Like, about you. Somebody says that you like something. Somebody says that you hate something. They're just talking out of their ass. But when you're a kid, you're gonna get influenced. That goes with anything, with literally anything. Whatever it's sports, whatever gender identity type stuff, fucking transgender type identity stuff when you're a kid, like, that stuff gets force-fed down your throat. That's why nobody was doing that type of stuff back in the day. To the extent now. To the adoption now. To the media presence now, to the acceptability now, because you have to accept everything. Not everything needs to be accepted in this world, okay? However, ignoring certain things instead of allowing them to get the attention is better than giving them the attention, okay? However, our media, the way that people work nowadays, is they give the wrong things the attention the most of the time. Okay? I think lately some stuff's been changing due to terrible circumstances, which I'm just not going to talk about. But life is ever changing for everybody, and people think that their lives are. Everyone thinks they're so comfortable in their life. You know, you're so comfortable now. You don't think hard times can ever happen. There's a lot of people like that. They've never experienced hard times, and that's why they think this way. They've been too comfortable their whole lives. That's another reason they don't create. That's why they're so lazy. You say lazy. However, it's just them being comfortable. Laziness stems from being comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're more prone to being lazy. You can still be very productive. I mean, there's a lot of people who are comfortable and extremely productive, but it's something you learn most of the time. You don't just, you're not just going to be that way. You have to learn to be productive while being comfortable. And the only way I feel, it's not the only way, I'm being my bias with my perspective, but the way that I found how to be comfortable and productive, it had to come from not being comfortable and productive. So I was uncomfortable and productive to the point where now being comfortable and productive actually, you know, it's more of a challenge, honestly. I've noticed how hard more of a challenge it is to be productive when you get more comfortable, when stuff starts to get easier, when stuff starts coming your way easier, people start communicating with you more for opportunity, etc. You start to feel more like you don't have to do X amount, or you don't, you know, it's not necessary. But if you come from where I come from, then you've already built the mindset and the reality and understanding that this was going to happen. You're going to eventually probably get to a point of comfortability that might impact your productivity. I'd rather not have that happen. So I do things in my life that make me slightly uncomfortable, which is not negative. Okay, I don't do things that are like what people tell you to do. Like, I mean, I've done cold showers and stuff. Like, not stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. But that's what people probably think. Being like going out of your comfort zone, no, or facing your fears. I'm talking like talking to people you would never talk to, like doing new things you've never done, but having the confidence when you go into it, not ignorance, but confidence in your ability to figure out solutions when you go into that situation. So you enter a new room of new people you've never met before, a topic you've never discussed before, you've never thought about before. You've seen it maybe on like a YouTube short or something, you know, like people do nowadays. You watch it on a YouTube short. You see it for 60 seconds, your brain triggers, but then you see it somewhere else in life. Maybe you have an opportunity. And you don't take it though because you're scared that you don't have the ability, or you're scared you're not capable. I'm going to tell people right now, if you've never been to college, or if you're young, or if you just doubt yourself, I guess, and your intellectual ability because of people around you, or because I mean, you might think it's because of you, and you think it's because of you, but I guarantee it's more or less because of the people around you telling you that you're stupid. Nobody's born to be like, oh, I'm stupid. You know, people tell themselves, oh, I made a mistake, usually, but like, when you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm you're not gonna be like, I'm this. I'm like, actually, I'm not capable. But society is breeding people who feel like they're incapable. The society we are living in. People feel so hopeless, incapable. That's how I was feeling most of my life growing up. And I think I put a lot of that energy into video games like Minecraft and Call of Duty. I primarily was like a COD and Minecraft kid. I'd switch between the two on YouTube. Minecraft and Call of Duty. Minecraft, YouTube, Call of Duty. Some other niche games too, like Castle Clashers and other, childhood classics that probably people around my age can relate to, or a little young or a little older. But yeah, that's where I put a lot of my energy. And then I started, when I was watching YouTubers and stuff back in the day, when YouTubers had personalities, and that's mainly what built them. It wasn't about their editing skills. It wasn't about their whatever. It was more or less about their personality. Who they were as a person. How their skill level and how they could problem solve in the moment. Be comedic in the moment. Be X in the moment. And that's not built off of education necessarily. And education can help with building a personality. But your personality comes from experiences and doing things in life out of your comfort zone, that then in experiencing new types of people, just like interacting in general. And you know what culture is trying to do right now? Trying to get rid of that entirely. Especially with when phones became so accessible. Everybody has it right on their hands at all times. At all times, unless you're at work, maybe. But, they have it on them. Everyone has a phone on them of some sort. I know this is said all the time. People say this stuff. But it's true in the sense that you are not being a personality that has to suffer. You are enjoying other people's personalities. For entertainment purposes, typically. That's what most people do. I'm not saying this is what most people do. They entertain. They watch people that they relate to because that's where they're comfortable. Here's another. So what I'm trying to say is you've got to go out of your comfort zone. Every way of life, almost every way of life, you got to get out of your comfort zone. Other than maybe some weird sexual fantasy. Don't fucking be weird. But I'm saying you gotta be out of your comfort zone in a sense that any interaction that comes at you, anything that you can be, it makes you build so that whenever you're in the present moment, you're more there. You're more of who you are and what you want to be, rather than everything that everyone else wants you to be. Therefore, it's a cycle that you created. A cycle that is gonna, as time grows and you learn every day and you do more every day, that's for you, your productivity exponentially increases. I don't even understand how I'm doing the stuff I do every day. I am doing too much, in my opinion. If I didn't enjoy even slightly what I do, I would be I wouldn't have anything. Because I would have been focused on money or something. What I do is gonna definitely give me financial security, okay? Which is amazing, seeing that I've never had anything growing up. $100 would be a year of just people given to me from my family. Maybe I'd maybe get $100 in total from things that are external. My clothing wasn't the greatest. It was okay. When I was really young, it was good, but then my parents started getting into, it just wasn't good. I grew up with hard times like a lot of people. However, my way of dealing with the situations, like I keep saying, my ability to deal with the discomfort, the things that most people cannot stand in life, that drive them into actual insanity, the deep depressions that you can't break out of. Depression, in my humble opinion, feeling as if I've experienced it without going to a counselor, Everyone thinks that you got to get a college degree to diagnose stuff. When, as a person, as having personal experience, getting 2 degrees in college, college is basically a high school, but you're fucking doing stuff on your own and help. I don't like college is more creative in high. It's like a creative high school pretty much that has some standard, like slight standard, but it's not perfect. What you learn in college is not perfect, and that's why you go to college, so that you can innovate the things that you see that aren't perfect, make them better, and society progresses. But most people go to college for a degree to get a job, or most people go to college to fulfill something for somebody else because their parents want them to, or like these are people I've learned. These are things I've learned while being here. It's not things I've thought about randomly. Okay, like these are personal experiences I've had. I've met a chick that is only here for their what's it called? Her parents. Will or something to do with basically her parents have went here, so she's going here for money when her parents die or something. Almost. I don't know. Like, people are here not for education. They're here for money. They're here for, like, a lot of people. I'm not saying everyone, but that's what I've experienced at colleges. This one particular, this one's like starting to turn into a Richie. I don't know, it's starting to turn weird around here. When I was here in 2022, it was a lot different. The student body, this is the highest GPA student body I've had ever this semester. So it's like 3.89 or something, the average high school GPA. I don't think GPA is, that just shows that they were force fed most likely. I didn't pass any of my classes up until, like, I passed my algebra classes, and that was it, because I had a teacher that, like, motivated me in a way by saying that I was good at math while everyone else was acting stupid in class, acting like math was dumb. I was, like, just naturally good at algebra. It just came to me for some reason. Like, he just explained it in such a way that it was like, oh, yeah, that's just divide, and this is multiply, divide. Simple arithmetic, basically, but you have variables, and then you apply, like, these are things I've thought about already. Things I was already kind of thinking about as a kid, but I didn't, like, math's a communication ability with tools and logic. It's a logical tool, and you can use it to make your machines. So many different, everything that you know that exists was built on math. Everything, people, I am not joking. If you ask any engineer, and you will get, I guarantee, the same answer. Math is everywhere, in every sense of it is everywhere. I mean, physics is everywhere. So if you don't have, the way that we describe things is with math. Physics is a derivative of math, basically. I'd say, yeah, a derivative of math. And then physics allows, you can derive other topics from physics, like probably mechanics, electromechanics, you get into actual, like, niche topics, and then you go into other subtopics, and that's how the college system works, and that's how education typically works, is you have all these branches you can go down, you can generalize in these different subcategories and areas, wherever you're trying to go in life. Lawyer, doctor, this, that. Okay, so the way the society works is not necessarily terrible for innovation. It's a great start. However, the opportunities for the right people is where it's lacking. I know many people that could have done a lot better in life if they just had the right opportunities when I was getting the right opportunities. I am just lucky, honestly, and I keep saying that. I am extremely lucky. I am extremely fucking lucky. I am lucky, but I'm also not lucky because I did. So I'm lucky and I'm not. I had to do work. I had to put in effort. But if I didn't, I got lucky, but if I didn't have that effort I put in beforehand, everything that I've done, everything I've had to sacrifice, the amount of relationship shit I've had to deal with and sacrifice and fucking, like, dude, so many things that I've had to deal with that people don't normally have to deal with because of the circumstances that I grew up in. And this is not to make people feel any way that's bad, negative, or any. Like, this is. I'm here to help people. Even if you already have. Like, if you're in the belt that I'm talking about, like, you had a good life. Your parents are there for you. Um, you know, if you're that, you could still take advice from me. I'm not against anybody who has that privilege. I'd be against people who have that privilege and don't necessarily see that privilege and use it in a way that is against people like me, which a lot of people do. And I've noticed that. There's like certain groups of people that target those of lower status that they think are lower status just because of income. When no one thinks about children, this generation seems to only care like about sexualizing children in every topic, disgusting in every fucking way. But you know what? That's what we have, and that's what people accept. So until people start speaking up against it, nothing's gonna fucking change. You know, it's like people shouldn't even have bringing these topics fucking up. It's like, man, you need to uplift our youth. Stop dragging them down. What is like? Why are people in my generation still accepting the values that pushed them to the point of breaking? Like people are very ignorant of what's causing the pain in their lives. And then when you speak out against it, when you say anything that is remotely against it, you are threatening your own life. You are threatening your own life, your family, everything by speaking against certain topics. What's a world without true freedom of speech in the sense of you have no ability to actually communicate in this world to spread a message without risking yourself. So everybody you see that is actually outspoken, and then there's people that mock them. There's people that mock people that are outspoken. Like, trolls are thinking that, oh, I can just, mock this guy because of this point of view, instead of actually thinking about the topic, constructively criticizing, trying to get to a conclusion. You fucking mock people. You fucking act a fool. You act like you're fucking not even a child. You're acting like a demon spawn or some shit, bro. People are acting like demons nowadays, and I can see why everyone's getting so fucking religious. I can see why everyone's getting this way. I can see why everyone's getting that way. And people are just ignorant. They follow the wrong people. I'm telling you what. I guarantee if you're coming through this chat, you are more than likely following somebody in your life. You have, or you're waking up, or you have waken up maybe, but you have followed somebody in your life that has harmed you in some way, and you have learned something from that. I have been harmed many times by many different types of people, and I've witnessed many innocent types of people get harmed by the same type of individuals, the same type of circumstances growing up. I understand why individuals go to the levels they do, and there's ways of fixing it. I know ways of fixing it. I'm not saying I want to be president. I'm not saying this. It's just people in general should wake up and understand nothing that they are looking at right now is even remotely real. Everything is covered up. Everything is a lie if you look at the media. Everything's interpreted in a certain way. People you're communicating with are all digesting the same information, regurgitating the same shit. What are you going to get? You're going to get the same narratives, and then it's going to actually impact your mind, and you're going to believe a lie, and everyone's going to believe a lie. Lies are constantly being spread through media and culture right now. Constantly. And then people are adapting it, believing it like it's the, the new Bible or something. Like, people just are super religious on topics that are just disgusting. Anything with politics nowadays shouldn't even honestly exist in a sense of like cultural appropriation. I don't know. Like, the way the media is trying to source people out, if you talk against certain groups, if you do this or that, group ideologies are terrible. I don't what people need to do is have a perspective that's individualistic. Majority people have individualistic personality where they can understand human concept and ethics. Ethics come from experience, dude. You have to experience hard things in life. And there's people that are trolls. The trolls will come through and they'll say bullshit. They'll probably say that's what people do. People will say bullshit. They'll only spread their ideology like, oh, I'm right because of this. The only right answer is the one that you believe and implement into reality. Whatever you truly feel inside when doing stuff that is, you're probably getting satisfaction doing group stuff because of the people around you, but you think it's an internal feeling. But what I want to ask you is if you have a group ideology stuck in your brain, such as a very strict liberal ideology or a very strict Republican ideology, conservative ideology, or anything in between that is like very specific, like you're not open-minded in any way of actual innovation, actual change, because it doesn't come from what we already have. If we've been working with what we already have for how long, and then look at what's happening now. There has to be drastic changes within the system in ways that are, they're gonna make. See, this is which they're trying to do this already, but they're not doing it in the right way. They're doing it in a way that's gonna only help those that are already in a good position, already proved that they can do X, etc. Opportunities are gonna start to lack eventually, and wealth gaps are gonna keep on spreading and spreading. The world is not pretty, but individually, as individuals, your perspective, taking in what you personally see, feel, have experienced, and relating to social events, or I don't know. You gotta relate the general situations that are happening in America or wherever you live with what you've experienced in America or wherever you live. So you gotta relate the experiences, what you see. You gotta make your own choices. And you can't be based off just the environment that you're in either. You have to look out across America, certain regions. Is your area more liberal? Is your area more Republican? You're gonna be more sensitized to those types of ideologies. I grew up in an area that was heavily conservative, and I grew up in an area that was also heavily liberal because it was more of the city. I grew up in a farm area, and I grew up in like a city area. I grew up in many different areas. Like, I can see different perspectives, and I can see why the social environment that you live in and the people in those environments changes you to do certain things, especially when you feel the lack of opportunity. But if you were to actually understand yourself intrinsically, not externally from what everyone's telling you to be or feel based off of this circumstance, don't say that word because you're going to feel this, or someone's not going to like you, or you're not going to be okay, or you're not this because we're telling you won't be. As long as you're not violently harming somebody, if you're not physically fucking up somebody. You're just using your words. There should be absolutely no harm in whatever the fuck you're doing. As long as you're not doing anything that is harming someone's property or person or image necessarily, if it's false, defamation. As long as you're not doing those types of things, you're speaking a point. You're just generally talking experience, generally expressing how you feel with what's been happening. You shouldn't be targeted. You shouldn't be the target. But however, our society has been inbred, I tell you, the society we live in has been inbred within, which is what China wants. This is what big nations against America want. They want us to inbreed to the point of sacrifice to where we're going. We're destroying our freedom thinkers. We're destroying the people who actually have criticism and ability to rationalize in the moment while people are talking, make choices in the moment, experiment, find rational solutions, and make change among bigger groups that is positive for the large majority. However, the small minority that's been indoctrinated, the small minorities that have been, which are turning larger and larger in certain regions, I think are going to get smaller and smaller, honestly. It just depends on how they... This is all distractions. Everything's a distraction right now from the real topics. It's very, very sad. Sad world. And yet we can't do anything about it. That's what they want you to think. You can't do anything about this. You can't do anything. Hold up. Nobody likes me. What I do, nobody cares. Holy shit, we have another subscriber. I appreciate you. Pick up this damn switch. Getting hot. Alright. Doing we end it here? I gotta get to some. Yeah. Got a little over an hour. That means we did 2 hours so far on this piece. I like the way it's going right now. Alright, we're just gonna mute that. We're gonna come over here real quick and pause. Alright. I appreciate whoever came by and subscribed. I appreciate the 2 people who came by last stream and subscribed. I appreciate the person that liked this video. You probably received some ink for it. For now on, once whoever gets 10,000 points or ink, which is the loyalty we're using, whoever gets to 10,000 first, I will mail you a personal. We will do a whole stream, an entire stream on your art piece, and you're going to, like, the first person, okay, so the first person who hits 10,000 ink is going to get an entire art. Like, this piece is not done, obviously, people. If you just stop my, this piece is not done if you look at my other pieces. This is just like a start. This is probably like 1/4 the way done, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, if you just watch, come through, subscribe, like, do whatever, you're gaining ink, which is the points from the bot, from Streamlabs. Eventually, if you get 10,000 of it, you're gonna be able to either decide on, it's just $25, it's something. You're just coming through, watching. You'll eventually get that off of, like, maybe you just come by. It's probably... I'd probably do it at, like, 10 hours, honestly, depending on how many people come through. We'll up it as it goes, but it's going to be whatever it is. Whatever it is. Right now we have someone that's 500 points. Needs 10,000. They've only watched for a couple hours. So, if we get 10,000 points, someone's either going to get $25, Venmo, Cash App, or whatever they want, whatever service they use, or most they'd rather use. I'm glad to do whatever they want because I'm like that. And they can decide from that, or I can do a personal painting for them. Like they can kind of give me. I want them to give me a description. I'm gonna have somebody give me a description of kind of what they want. Just maybe like a 2 sentence description of kind of the things they want in it. I'm gonna personalize it with my style, but I'll have their kind of what they said a little bit implemented into it. And it'll be personalized in the sense, but also coming from my style. And I'll ship it and everything, and it will be, so after 10, so literally completely free, and you'll have an art piece, and it will have Velcro straps and everything where you can just place it on your wall. And that's the first person who ever gets to 10,000. Someone's only at 500 if they only watch for a couple hours. And then after that, we might even do another 10,000. Whoever gets 10,000 second, maybe even third. Maybe we'll switch it up after that. And the loyalty will go up slightly. People who have already earned a piece will get something like maybe get a higher amount actually. So yeah, we'll do a loyalty system. If you get 10,000, you're gonna get a piece. The first person who gets 10,000 is gonna get it the easiest though because it's growing the fastest. So I'm giving you more points. People right now that are watching and come through, and I see that you're on Streamlabs because I can see your username on there and the points you have. I up their points every time before I stream. If I see that you're at the top already, I give you some extra points because if you're new basically, I start adding more and more. Right now, I'm not it's all based on your time though, like the difference in time compared to other people and how much you watched. He has like 2 times more than the second person because he's watched almost 2 times more than everybody else. But that's just how I did it. So if you get 10,000, you're gonna get a personalized piece with completely personalized with my other art styles, and you get to describe what you want on it with like 2 sentences, and I will implement that with my style. I'll probably even have like a color description, etc. So you get 10,000, you get that, and I'm gonna do probably 25,000. It'll be a larger piece, and it still be shipped, or it'll be the money if you want the money. It would probably be $50 instead of 25, and it will do one for 50,000 and then one for 100,000, and we'll decide what those ones are once we get there. At that point, I think my channel will have grown quite a bit because that would take somebody watching maybe like a week's worth of my streams. Like, so if people are like consistently watching at that point, it'd take maybe 9 months, to get that whole week of watching or something. If you're like consistently watching my streams every now and then, taking like 10 minutes of your day here and there. Then you get to like 100,000, it'd be something. First person for sure would get something really nice. First three, maybe top 5 will get stuff. We'll figure it out as we go. Just know, first person to get 10,000 is definitely getting a piece, or 25 Venmo, etc. And we're gonna continue from there. I'm not gonna make it scammy so new people can't earn things, and I'm not gonna make it scammy so new like loyal viewers can't earn things. I'm gonna figure out a system so that everybody that is actually watching the content and increasing value to the content by talking, doing X whatever, they get rewarded in some sort of way over time. I'm not gonna instantly reward people for just like bots and stuff. I'm gonna make sure you're real. I'm gonna make sure you're this. I'm gonna do and 13 and up, I think is what I'd say. But even though this is an 18 up channel, probably still donate depending on the circumstances. But yeah, I think we are done for this video. If you're new here, make sure you check out some of my other videos. This is just the beginning of this project. I have... Okay. So, you can't even see the colors, really. Kinda. It looks better in person, as always. And better lighting when I go outside for the final. It will look better on the short. When I actually get done with the next video, we'll probably work on the foreground back here, or the background. Maybe I'll do some more stuff with the foreground. But I want to work on the background some more, add maybe mountains and shit like I always do, and like tree lines and trees. I don't know. We'll figure it out what we do, and then we'll add maybe like a creature, as I always, some creatures, something. We'll personalize it with my style at that point. But this gradient is definitely a little different than what the a little thicker in paint. Not over here though. Kind of left it there purposefully because it looks good in person. And yeah. Anyways, I appreciate everybody coming through. I will see y'all in the next stream. It might be tomorrow. My schedule is extremely busy right now. So I don't know if daily uploads are going to be a thing like right now. Maybe every 2 days. Even then, I don't know. Probably at least once a week, though. At least once a week. So I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.